Hey, 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 you beautiful twin flames. How you going today? My goodness me. It's weird here in Australia. It's kind of like I want to rain and I want to be sunny all at the very same time. And so even the birds are confused. They're hungry and not hungry, and then they come and go, and it's been quite an interesting morning here. Now, I've got a Divine Masculine Speaks video today, but I wanted to quickly talk to you about the Divine Feminine as well, because I was singing the other day in my video, and I always forget the words, but you know, you're up and you're down, you're left and you're right, you're in and you're out, you're, I don't know, Elmo and you're Bert, right? All the opposite things, you know. You're yin and you're yang, you're red and you're blue. I don't know if red and blue are opposites, but you know what I mean? So we could keep going and going and going and going forever with that song. And what I want to say to the Divine Feminine, because I know mostly Divine Feminines watch my channel, and I do have some Divine Masculines, but mostly it's Divine Feminines. And I want to say to you that you are doing this with your energetic vibration, whether you realize it or not, right? You're in and you're out, you're up and you're down, right? So I kind of get this feeling like, on one hand, you're so excited that you're living nearly that best life. But then you go, maybe I'm not quite good enough. So it's like, you know, it's this essence of, I'm a queen, and I mean a beautiful queen, not a tyrant. Right, a beautiful queen. You know, I'm going to take care of myself, and I don't mean in the material sense, as in, you know, the best clothes, the best blah blah. That's not what I'm talking about. When I say self-love, I mean going easy on yourself, going easy on your way of having a conversation with yourself, not being too hard on yourself if you don't get all those tasks done, you know, allowing yourself to go and, you know, lay out in the sunshine if you want to, allowing yourself to just be, right? You don't have to be all these things to all of these people, and you don't have to listen to what people say about you either. And so as I was singing that song, you know, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down, you're left and you're right, you're the sun and you're the moon, I was thinking, yeah, that really is what Divine Feminine's being right now. Because on one hand, she's like, I get so many emails, and I love listening to all of your stories, by the way. The longer the email you send me, the more I love it, by the way. So make sure you keep sending me emails, because I love them. So the more and more she tells herself that I'm nurturing myself, I'm giving myself self-love, you know, many Divine Feminines are kind of kidding themselves, because they're kind of doing it because they're kind of forced into it. Well, you know, if Divine Masculine isn't coming in, then I've got no other choice but to do me. So it's kind of that universe push that makes you do those things. But when you really actually enjoy being with your own company, and you can see things for what they are from that eagle perspective, you know, not like I'm just doing what I'm doing until he comes back, then you'll realize that the beauty is truly in the separation. Now, of course, the goal is to be in union with your twin flame. That is why I'm here. That is why I would say that I'm one of the most successful coaches on the twin flame journey, but many coaches take a different approach, and my approach is an approach where I, number one, get you into union with yourself, and then number two, once you're in union with yourself and feeling good about yourself, you attract in your twin flame. Then you can, I'm going to say, deal with them in the 3D. So I've got 3 parts to what I do. It's a 3-part process. Number one, you have to be in union with yourself. Number two, you can attract them energetically so that your phone's ringing off the hook. They're calling, texting, doing all of those things. Maybe even proposing to you, if that's what you want. And then number 3, when they finally do come in a physical way, that's when I have another set of questions that you can ask of me. So what's happening is I'm filling up really quickly with these tools that I do, and of course, to make sure that you don't need to wait, because I don't want any of you to have to wait. Book in with me as soon as you can. As soon as you feel guided, you may not feel guided right now, and that's fine. But as soon as you do feel guided, I want you to book in with me so that you don't, so that you can start doing what you need to do for it to come into fruition. Because many of you aren't seeing any movement at all. Okay. So I guess you could say it's like that pizza guy that says, I'm going to deliver that pizza once I finish making it, but he never gets around to making it, So that's why I made my courses, because I had so many people, both actually masculines and feminines, coming to me saying, well, what do I do now? So if you don't know where you're at, you can contact me, and that's when I'll tell you what you need. All right? So a lot of you have been a little bit triggered lately when I say comments like, your twin flame is acting a certain way because of what you're doing. Okay, so when I make a statement like that, I'm not suggesting for a moment that, you made them go and take that drug or have an addiction or, be married to that person or stay in a situation that's not good for them. That's not at all what I'm suggesting. But the mirroring in the twin flame journey is something that, even coaches like myself find really difficult to explain, because most of you are still in your mind space with relation to your physical world around you. So, you say, that's my nana over there, that's my job that I go to, there's my car, there is my garden, this is my house that I live in, and there's this duality aspect going on for many of you where you feel separate to everything else. So you're like, well, as an example, my name is Natasha and I'm separate to Elmo. Okay. But when you spiritually awaken enough to understand yourself better, you'll actually come into the knowing that you are Elmo and Elmo is you, right? So, now we're getting profound. So I guess the best way to describe this, and I'm going to use God because I know that people just understand that term, but whether you believe in God or universe or whatever you believe in, God, Allah, Buddha, whoever it is, that doesn't matter. But this is a really easy way to explain the whole universe. Now, imagine God. This looks like a gingerbread man, okay? But I promise you're going to understand it better if you just bear with me for a moment. So let's say this is the universe, okay? Some people call it source energy. Some people call it God. Some people call it, I don't know. Some people have got all sorts of names for the universe. The cosmos. Now, you were born into the universe, okay? We all agree on that. You were born into the universe. And so there you are. I just drew you, right? You were born into the universe. And then I was born into the universe too, right? And then your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your friend, those 8 million people in Guatemala, those 5 gazillion people in the Philippines, South Africa, the USA, the Netherlands, the Middle East, right? And so all of the people in the world, we would agree and say, are part of the universe, right? Now, remember, I'm down here somewhere and you're over here somewhere. There's Natasha and there's you. There's your uncle's cousin's best friend's boss. Now, we're all maybe scattered in different countries or different localities, okay? But we are parts to the same whole, aren't we? So this describes how we are all connected. You know, we're literally made of stardust. We don't look like stars, but we have something in common with stars, you know? Now, I don't know, but I think Elmo really has got my jawline here. Don't you think? So what I'm saying is we're all connected in some way. And your twin flame and you, right? Let's say your twin flame and you are connected just that little bit more because you have the same soul, the same vibrational frequency, okay? So this is why your twin flame always wants to come back to you. It's like they can't let you go. Because when they do let you go, they're denying a part of yourself. Of themselves. Alright, so when they run away, divine masculine, many divine masculines have gone away for a little bit of time right now. Okay, they are literally running away from themselves. And because it's mirrored, there's something inside of you that you're running away from. So what I want to talk about now is the divine feminine. I've already shuffled the cards for the divine feminine here, and then we're going to hear from the divine masculine. But basically, the divine feminine, she may be going and getting her nails done. She may be going and laying in the sun. She may be going and doing all of these behaviors, starting mission work and, I don't know, helping out her family and doing all of these things. But I'm here to tell you, and the cards are going to agree with me, there's this imprisonment here that she feels deep down. There must be something in me that's not good enough if my twin flame's not coming in. And again, we're having this mindset of that the twin flame is over there. Right, let's imagine that this woman on the card, her twin flame's Elmo. Right, she's sad because Elmo hasn't come in. And so she tries to think about it. She tries to work it out. She tries to, maybe my hair's the wrong color. Maybe I haven't been at the gym enough. Maybe I'm not as sexy as the karmic. Maybe he's too busy with friends. And so she imprisons herself with these thoughts. And when you realize, hopefully the next card's going to help me out here, when you realize that you are a sovereign being all on your own, let's see if this card's going to tell me. Wow, look at the butterflies. When you realize you are a sovereign being all on your own, the only transformation you need to have is that you are your twin flame. And this idea is so transformational that when you realize that you are your twin flame, boy oh boy, do you start loving yourself for real. But then if we come back to this duality mindset where, Elmo's over there and I'm over here, then we go back to the disappointment. My twin flame is over there and I'm over here and we're not together. And that mindset in particular is what keeps them away. They're over there in that karmic situation. They can never come to me because, I don't know, the borders are closed, right? They're too busy working to text me. They're too busy in Guatemala feeding the monkeys to be with me. And look at her face, right? My twin flame is doing that thing to me. Look at Elmo's face. He's like, what? Say what? I'm not what am I doing? I'm just living my life over here, buddy. Right? Now, let's join them together. How do we join them together? I don't know. Let's just do that to remind us that we are our twin flame. They're not over there. That's the illusion of the 3D reality. The illusion is that they are over there. But they're really in the same hole as you, aren't they? And look at that. It was supposed to be a red string. That red ribbon. Right? Yes, maybe for right now, you're feeling separate from them. But when you understand in spirituality that you are them and they are you, right? Then it will make you turn around and go, oh, so if I want to send my twin flame love, I need to take care of me. Mind, body, and soul parts of me. Wow, what an epiphany. Right? Because you are a 3-part being, right? You have a mind, you have a body, and you have a soul, but you're connected with your twin on the soul level. Okay? So how do you attract them in? Well, that's what my manifesting course is for, because it's all about the soul. How do you attract your own soul? Right? It's energetic work. You're not trying to attract the physical person in. Well, you are, but you need to do it via the soul, okay? Unless you want to get some rope, right? And be like a cowgirl or a cowboy and wrangle them, right? Yeehaw! Let's wrangle them. Let's draw them in. Alrighty, so I hope I'm making sense to the ones who didn't understand what I was going on about the other day. You are the puppeteer, divine feminine. You hold all the strings. How do you get your twin flame? Interesting, isn't it? What we've come to know today. Wow. Divine masculine. Checking out your social media, reliving those messages or texts or communications he's had with you. He's thinking about you, but it's not huge because many of you are distracting yourself with other things until he comes back. And distracting yourself with other things until he comes back is not genuinely going away and being with yourself. So you've manifested him back enough to the point of he's checking out your social media. But let's see where he's going to go from here. Interesting. He's thinking that divine feminine is just fine. Right? Divine feminine's doing fine without me right now. She's the Queen of Pentacles. She's not coming unstuck. She's getting on with her life. And then he goes, I'm thinking about her intermittently. It's an intermittent think about. So many of them at night time before they go to bed are thinking about divine feminine. But it's not this crazy, like, I'm thinking about you 24/7. It's genuine, you know, I'm glad she's doing fine. You know, she's just doing her right now, kind of thing. I do find it interesting that he's coming across as the King of Pentacles. Look at this. He's considering the 3D journey with her. But divine feminine hasn't quite reeled him in yet. If he's a fish on a fishing line, oh dear. Some of us need to be slapped in the face with a wet fish. Because this realization today for many of you may actually, I think I'm going to call it an urgent twin flames message. That's what I'm going to do so that lots of you see it. And if you're guided to share this, I mean, a lot of you, I guess, don't want to do that because everyone will be like, what? You're a twin flame, you know. But that's okay. But if you want to share it, you know, like as in copy paste the link and send it to a friend or something like that you know is a twin flame. That's what I mean. So you see him contemplating here the loyalty between you. But he gets the sense that you're fine on your own. And it's this waiting energy that you keep doing, like, you know, I'll just go and do some yoga and then I'll check my phone to see if he messaged me. I'll just go to work and take my phone with me and maybe check it every half an hour to make sure he hasn't messaged me. So this is what's keeping him away, is this. It's not that you're being ingenuine in the approach, but you are waiting on the outcome. And when you're waiting for the outcome, the universe will leave you waiting. And then, of course, we get into this cycle again of disappointment. They're over there and I'm over here. They broke my heart and they don't care. Right? They like the karmic better because they've got wavier hair than me. Or I'm too fat, or I'm too thin, or I'm too bossy, or I'm too whatever the excuses are that you tell yourself that you're not good enough. And so they feel this energetically. Okay. So let's see what else he wants to say. Yep. He's confused about the growth of this. He's kind of biding his time, working and doing other things. And although he thinks of you intermittently, he doesn't know if that can be successful. And so he focuses upon work and, you know, his everyday life, because he knows he can be successful at that. He's growing something new here. And then out of nowhere, guess what's going to happen in the near future is that Divine Feminine is either going to contact me so she can do my courses, and then he's going to message you, or she's going to have an epiphany from today's reading and go, that's why he's not coming in. Because I'm thinking that he's over there and I'm over here, when in actual fact, we are one, aren't we? Because gingerbread man God, right? That's the best teaching I've ever given, isn't it? I don't know. I'm going to have to put this in twin flame concepts, because I want you to be able to come back to it. I won't put urgent on it. I'll do twin flame concepts, but it's a kind of a bit of a mixed bag today, but that's okay. So he wants a new beginning with Divine Feminine, because Divine Feminine, what are you going to do now when you click off from this video? You are going to do what? Come into union with you. Because who is you? He is you. Let's stick this card under his bib. Oh wow, he's got a wet bottom. I might need to change him. Right? You are the same. Look at that. Elmo is you, and you are Elmo. Well, you are your twin flame, and your twin flame is you. But you are connected to Elmo. So have a good look at Elmo and see what similarities you have. Do you have an orange button nose? Are you cute as custard, just like he is? Do you have a little bib or a nappy? Right? I don't know, what star sign are you? A Virgo. Are you really? Wow, that's interesting. Are you a Virgo? But you've got other things in your chart. Oh, okay. There you go. So now, I had water in that bowl, and now that's why he's got a wet bottom, by the way. So now I'm being guided to put these cards back in the deck, shuffle them, and let's get a message from your DM. Hopefully you're going to be getting some DMs sliding into your DMs. Well, just one DM sliding into your DMs real soon. So they want to be with you, but they're not coming in just yet, but they're on their way. Wow, he wants to say this. I'm thinking a lot lately. I'm walking away from situations that I don't like anymore. Okay, well that's a good start. What else? I feel like you think I've wounded you in some kind of way. Right? And again, this is that perception that they are over there and you're over here. So if they think you've wounded them in some way, is that what you've been sending to them? That you're feeling wounded? Because it's like they're telepathically picking that up. Wow. They're feeling separate from you right now. Why are they feeling separate from you? Because you've been busying yourself. And of course, this won't resonate for everyone. Take what resonates and leave the rest. You've been busying yourself while still waiting for him to come and unlock the door. The other thing that happens too is that sometimes the divine feminine, when she has a low day or a down week, she can kind of feel like she wants him to come and rescue her. Take gender, how it resonates. There's some drama going on for him. Like we said yesterday, some are going through mini dark nights of the soul, and some are going through major dark nights of the soul. And this is because of the inner turmoil that the divine feminine hasn't quite cleared yet. If you can look in your own bathroom mirror or bedroom mirror or wherever your mirror is and say that you have nothing to clear, that you're tickety-boo all by yourself, then that's wonderful and fantastic. But this is denoting otherwise. What's going on with you is reflecting in his life. Many divine feminines are unwilling to look at their shadow side. It's very painful to do that. It's very painful to look at, for many of us, you know, going back and looking at your childhood, going back and doing all this stuff. And you don't necessarily have to go in there and stay in those yucky energies, or even the energy of the world right now with all the politics and all the pandemics and rah, you know. As you come into a higher perspective and acknowledge that the world is in its situation because of the mirroring going on within people, then you'll understand that everything is how it should be right now. And as we go through this transformation on the earth, it can teeter one way or the other, depending on what we do with inside of ourselves. So it looks like in the near future, he's going to be coming out of this hangman space to communicate with you, if you're willing to communicate with yourself. Because if you're denying yourself communication, and there's some internal dialogues that you need to have with yourself that you've been avoiding, he's not going to come in. But if you can look at yourself in the mirror with clarity and work through some of these things, wow, here he comes, right? On the white horse. What's he holding there? A bunch of flowers. There's a letter and there's some grapes and a Tibetan singing bowl. Or maybe that's the bowl you eat out of. I don't know, but wow. He's even got a love heart on his arm, but he hasn't bothered to do up his shoelaces because he was in such a hurry coming to you to let you know that he loves you. Interesting. Right, so Divine Feminine, before we go, you are a sovereign being. Now, I know some of my Divine Feminines are male in gender, and so I'm getting an oracle card here, a Divine Feminine oracle card, and it's obviously they're all going to be portrayed as, you know, the female gender of women, but that's okay. Just take the message. Don't necessarily worry about, you know, whether you're male or female, because it is only energy, as we know. So I'm going to get 3 cards to set us in the right mode for the rest of our day. I know. Okay. Wow. Okay, 4 cards then. That's okay. Now the first one is Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. So this is about connecting with the self and going within to nurture the self. Okay? This isn't about going and getting haircuts and pedicures and manicures and all of that stuff. I mean, that's great too if it's your joy and you like to do that, but that's not what I mean by self-love. This is giving yourself the nurturing, bathing yourself, enveloping yourself with your soul. The next one is Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. This is about knowing who you are and accepting yourself no matter what. You know, flaws and all, warts and all. Wow, then we have beautiful Joan of Arc, the warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. Look at that. That's knowing that you are divinely protected, divinely guided, and that you have the strength within to move forward. Even if your divine masculine isn't showing up in the physical reality right now, you have the strength to move forward. The last one we have is Rita of Cascia, the patroness of impossible causes. This is beautiful. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. This is telling many of you to connect with your source, whoever that is for you, God, Buddha, Allah, etc., or maybe just the universal consciousness, right? Understanding that we are all connected. We are all smaller parts of the whole, right? Gingerbread man God is here telling you that we're all in the same boat here. We're all on the same we're all in the same pastry filler. Right. I don't know, I'm getting Donkey's laughing because he's thinking about the gingerbread man from Shrek. Wouldn't that be cool if he was part of my gang? Well, maybe gingerbread man God is also part of the gang today. But, you know, your twin flame physical body could be in Guatemala and you could be in the Netherlands. All right. It doesn't matter. You are the same soul. So I want you to tap into you today or tonight, whatever time it is where you are. It's probably 3 a.m. where you are. I don't know. I want you to tap into your essence. Let's just see before we go what the bottom of the deck is. Wow. Woo! Look at that energy. Even Elmo's eyes popped then. Did you see it? You'd have to rewind it in the video. But Kali, the mother of the universe. Crikey. That's what we say in Australia. Look at all those skulls. This is transformational. I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. Exactly. Right? And let me say, if you are fat, it doesn't matter. If you are thin, it doesn't matter. If you have a pimple on your forehead, it doesn't matter. If you are, I don't know, a really bad singer, it doesn't matter. Embrace all of the parts of you, even the shadow side, even the shadow aspects. You know that part of you that likes to eat cake when no one's looking? So what? Right? You know yourself better than anyone else. And as you find yourself, spend the next few days finding yourself. Right there is your twin flame. So whatever you're afraid of, guess what? So are they. Whatever you want, guess what? So do they. Right? I'm guided to that song. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I'm trying to think of the words. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Right? We look at Elmo and we see this happy little, cute little thing. But even Elmo has a shadow side. Right? You're not going to tell me what you do. You're not going to tell me how much custard you hide. Okay. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here at Tarot for You 444. I'm wishing everyone a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you real soon. If you need to connect with me via email, please do so. I love hearing from all of you. Send me a really long email. I love it. Okay? Have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. I think I already said that. That's double now. All right, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.